Hey everybody, Lord Magicus, and we're gonna play more Merfolk in Modern. It's been a while since we did this, so yeah, we'll see what Modern's like these days. I know a lot of people have been playing Pioneer, so Modern community's been kind of split over whether they prefer Modern or Pioneer. So I don't know. We'll see how it's going. I will say I managed to top the Legacy 1K, so all the testing definitely helped. I did not win it, but I did manage to make a fair bit of money to go towards Tropical Island number 3, so paper is definitely moving forward, so that's good. It means, yeah, all the testing we did on here was worth it. Yeah, Hex Drinker is definitely good in the Legacy deck, so happy about that. But since that's over with for now, we're going to focus on Modern for a little bit. I feel like we've neglected this, so let's get back into Modern and see what it's like. Because of that, I'm just going to stick to a list that's pretty close to what's been working for a lot of people. That is, I think, almost the same thing as what we played last time. Like, I might have cut like a deprive for a dismember or something like that. But I think overall this is pretty close to what's successful for Simic at the moment. There are some M Hayashi style mono blue lists that people have been playing in Modern, and I think that list is perfectly fine if you enjoy that style. I've never really played it much myself, so and maybe at some point in the future I will give that a try. But since it's been a while, let's just go with what's familiar, and this is the one that's the most familiar to me because it's the last thing I played here, so we'll try this and see how it goes. Anytime MTGO. There we go. Tropical Fishies. League. Where is it? No, not Polim. Oh my god, it's so far down here. There we go. Yes, let's join. See how this goes. I mean, I hope it's not a disaster like last time. Yeah, I don't know. Bluefish and Legacy last time did not go very well for us. And green bluefish. Oh, sorry, my nose just keeps itching so badly. Yeah, blue-green fish did actually pretty well for me in Paper Legacy. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think we're gonna be playing more of that in the future too. As I have more Legacy events, then expect to see that more. Oh my god, I just shaved, so like my face is just really itchy right now. All right. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. I think we got to keep this. This is fine. They mold to 6, so if this is like Tron or something, then Spreading Seas is very good. Silvergill, Master of the Pearl. We can cast everything except Oko, and there's a good chance we draw a mana for that, so. Alright, so either Death Shadow or Urza. I don't know if I've played against Urza yet, so we'll find out. I'm guessing Death Shadow. No? Oh no, this could be the 4-color Shadow. What the fuck? Okay, I'm confused now. What is playing Mishra's Bauble, Noble Hierarch, and Stomping Ground? This looks new. And this Noble Hierarch is going to undermine this Spreading Seas plan, unfortunately. We can't do anything just yet, so just do this. Sunbake Canyon. It's just like this has to be some kind of like. Oh, is this like 8-whack? It could be. Nope. Alright, I think we want to hit this. Just do that while they can't draw a card off of it. They only have 2 cards left, so this might hit them hard, and then we might even Spreading Seas this and just try to really make it hard for them to cast spells. What are you debating? Try to take them off red mana. Oh, that's actually pretty good. If they play another land, I'll probably pitch Spreading Seas to Force of Negation. Yeah, so I think Seas is now Force Food. Do they not have any more creatures? That's pretty good too. The thing is, if I trickster down one of these, they can just, like, attack with the Hierarch. Oh, you know what? If I was gonna cast this, I probably should have did it before. Yeah. Fuck. That was probably a mistake. Alright, I'm still gonna cast it. Like, I should have waited to see what I drew, because there's a number of lands I probably should have played instead if I drew one. Like that. That would have been great to play this turn, because then we could have played Oko next turn. So here they might be inclined to just start getting in with Swiftspear. Yeah, they're just top-decking lands. But I'm guessing the last two cards are just lands in their hand. Well, I'm willing to find out. Lightning Bolt. I think here probably need to protect my life total. When I reveal to Silvergill, Master the Pearl Trident. Okay. So yeah, we can play it and they don't know about this. Alright, Alright, let's see what they draw here. If they attack, like, I can block their Swiftspear. Yeah, that's fine. Well, it's not fine. It means that we're gonna get blown out by, like, another thing. They're looking at my next card. Let them attack. I could have also hit a Swiftspear instead, but they only have one card left, and I'm waiting to see what it... it's another Lightning Bolt, isn't it? Team or Battle Rage? Oh, that's bad. Well, I mean, I guess it's better that they're doing this now. Because they have no cards left in hand, so... Cast Silvergill Adept. Veil Master. I'm gonna start getting in damage. Yeah, it might have been... well, I guess if they had Team or Battle Rage, it didn't really matter what we did with this. They would have just given it Double Strike and Trample anyway. What the fuck is... okay, so this is some kind of weird, like, Naya heroic deck, basically. That's gonna be a problem. We gotta do something about this. I feel like they have, like, another bolt or something, but I still have to, like, block this. Yeah, whatever. You top deck a bolt, you top deck a bolt. Alright, I guess, yeah, we're just gonna make a food. They have no cards left in hand still. Actually, maybe I should have attacked with that. We're at 5. Alright, well, I guess they're drawing... So, yeah, this is weird. Like, they have a lot of really good top decks now. Metamorpho. Alright, yeah. Please draw another land, because if you draw another not land, I'm probably in trouble. Don't play anything. Alright. That's actually not the end of the world, because that means we have food to keep cracking if we need to. They can kill off one creature here. Let's see. I can elk that, but I don't actually know if that's a good idea. It might just be smarter to make more food. Because if they draw another land, like, then their attacks are not very good. I could also trade this. I could trade the food with one of these things. It's not a terrible plan, to be honest. If they attack Oko, I'm totally fine with throwing away their creature. Actually, no matter what they attack, like... What is the point of attacking with both? They're both attacking me. I guess I could block here and then make a food next turn. Like, if you have Lightning Bolt, that doesn't actually kill me, because I have Force of Negation, so I can take damage off of this, go to 3, and then take another 2 to go. Yeah, I think... No matter what you do, it's not going to be enough here. Right? This is fine. Like, Teamer Battle Rage doesn't do it either. Yeah, we're not letting that happen. Okay, yeah, and that makes their attack make more sense. Now if they drew a bolt, though, we'd be in trouble. Not bad. I do not want to pay 2 life. Pass. If they attack, I'm definitely double blocking it. Does this matter? Yeah, because of trample. Yeah. I can Spreading Seize them now. Oh, they Lightning Bolted Oko. Alright, that makes sense. Yeah, Tarmogoyf is not exactly where I want to be in my life. Alright, well, this deck is ridiculously weird. That is exactly what I want to see right now. Okay, let's add blue, green, and pass. Alright. Rancor, I'm going to petty theft this back to their hand so that they don't get to have the Rancor. Alright. Yep, Rancor is removed from the stack because it has no legal targets. That's fine. Okay. Grove is not the end of the world. We can sacrifice Grove for a card. What are you doing? We already played a creature. Alright, well, we have to pass. Well, if they have a removal spell, we die. We really need, like, a Merfolk Trickster. Or I guess Oka would be alright. Alright, I think now we are just kind of dead. I guess technically if we draw Oka, we live another turn. But I don't think this is enough at this point. This is a really weird deck. There's like half burn and like... Oh, okay. It's like a half burn, half... Ugh. Alright, well, technically not dead yet. Can block, and then this one can eat the other one. I think I want to keep the Mutavault. Alright, I am not going to be keeping the Mutavault. Now I think we're just kind of screwed here. Yeah, this is ridiculous. Okay, so this deck has like a ton of 1-drops, so I think Chalice is going to be good, but... No, it's like a... It's a really weird deck. I don't even know what to call this. Like... It's like red-green pump. What the hell? Modern is a format where, like, there are decks that just do really strange things. Okay, so I guess we want Dismember. Chalice doesn't seem like it'd be terrible. Chalice on 1 looks very good. Oko's actually pretty good. Spreading Seas, I don't actually think this is going to be that good. And what else? Borrowers and the Forces are fine. We could, like, the relics are not irrelevant because of Become Immense. We have to take out more cards still. It's not really much I want to take out. I think Dismember is fine. I really don't want to have to Dismember against their deck, but it's still better than the alternative, probably, so... maybe just like 2 Silvergill Adepts. They're not particularly great against Monastery Swift Spear. Alright, we'll submit. I think like this, I mean, you can make an argument for the Deprives and for the Relics. This hand is okay. I guess I'm going to keep it. We can go Cavern of Souls, Aether Vial. Turn 2, go Lord Cometa Speaker. I was definitely not prepared for this to be like my first match back into Moderns, for sure. I guess I'm going to save myself life. I'm just going to get an island. If we draw Oko, that's going to suck, but I don't think I can really afford to pay an extra 2 life just yet. Especially not if we don't even have it in hand. Yeah. Well, we're going to attack them for quite a lot. If he plays like a Swiftspear and attacks, we can just Violin, Commander Speaker, and block with it. And that will probably get them, unless they have like mutagenic growth. I'm not really inclined to try to play around right now. I mean, yeah, I think that I'm probably worth the gamble in that. Because they will attack with it thinking it'll be a 2/3 because of Hierarch, which would get past Lord. They don't know that we have speakers, that it's a 3/3 that can block it. Yeah, okay, that works. They just tar fired it. Alright, yeah, that's better, I guess. Alright, well, play Master, attack. Get in for 4. We have a ton of power on the board, and we're empty-handed, so F6. May as well play the Vial in case, like, at some point Oko wants to turn it into Elk for who knows. Really? Okay. Bolt one of my Lord, that's fine. It's not attacking. So let's see. Yes. No. That's pretty good, actually. Because now even if they play a creature, we can just dismember it. Yep. You only have 1 card left. I think that means we're going to win. They're taking at least 5 damage. It really doesn't matter what they play. Okay. You want to attack with it, that's fine. Alright. Well, now they have to do something or they die. So even if they drew like a Tarmogoyf, that's not enough. Scavenging Ooze, I think that means you're dead. At best, you can make it a 3/3, but we're just going to dismember it. Alright, game 3. You can gain a life, it doesn't do anything. Yeah, that's right, game 3. I think our plan is a little bit better now that we know what we're up against. This is some really strange deck I've never seen before. That I don't even know how to describe it. They're really making us like consider this Relic. Like, is Relic just better than Silvergill Adept here? It might actually be. Excuse me. I think on the draw there's a very good chance that it is, because it deals with Tarmogoyf and Scavenging Ooze, and it like hurts Become Immense. So, you know what? I'm also like really considering this Deprive. I don't know. Maybe on the draw, Chalice is not going to be quite as good. What is there anything else we'd want to take out? Now, I think we need Borrower, and we need all the things that interact with their creatures. I think Force is fine. Question is, do we want Chalice or do we want Deprive? Alright, I'm going to say maybe Deprive. Because Chalice doesn't stop like Become Immense Team or Battle Rage from being a thing. I think the Deprive is a little bit better if we get to that point. I think we have to keep this, but I'm not really excited about it. Alright. Yeah, we're getting... Alright, Hierarch again. That's not the worst thing that could have happened that turn. We're definitely going to jam Chalice in turn 2 and hope that that's enough to slow them down until we can get Lords in play, but we're going to take a bajillion amount of damage because of these Groves for it. Yeah, Grim Lavamancer is pretty good. Yeah, now we're just... Pass. Okay. They have 2 cards left. Alright. So if they go to Lavamancer, a Lord, we can actually just... Well, that helps a little bit. Yeah, if they try to kill a Lord, we can Vial a Lord in to save it, so... That's the plan. Yeah. Yeah, they thought better of it, yeah. They can't, like, if they tap the Lavamancer at all, then we just put a Lord in play. But it does mean we're going to have to take more damage from this thing. At this point, we just want them to draw 1-drops, and but we can force their hands now. You have enough mana to do this? That's brutal. Yeah, you're going to deal us 6 off of this. It's rough. Oh, fuck me. Well, at least it gets countered. They're just cycling it for a card. But they're setting up for, like, Team or Battle Rage, which sucks. Alright. I looked at my top card. Alright. No. See, now if they do this, if we have a 3rd Lord, then there's nothing they can do about it. They can start aiming this at our face, though. Okay. Attack for 4, I guess. If we can not die this turn, I think we have a good chance at coming back and winning this game. We're effectively at 4 life right now. So I think we probably need to double block this thing. I don't know. It's hard to say. So if they have Team or Battle Rage again, we're going to die. Maybe just single block is fine. I feel like they either have another Battle Rage or Become Immense, so we don't have a choice but to do this. Tarfire. Yeah, they just want to draw a card. Now they can combo this to kill the Lord with the Lavamancer now. Do you have Team or Battle Rage? Because I don't think we can realistically beat it, if that's the case. Okay, it doesn't have trample, though, so I don't understand. You just didn't want it to... Okay, that's fine, I guess. This Chalice in 1 is doing a lot of work. Merfolk. Let's sack the Grove for a card. Alright. Let's see here. I think, yeah, we will just attack and then we'll play Command a Speaker. Probably going to go to... Ooh, okay, so you do that. You going to ping me? Yeah, okay, that makes sense. You're just trying to give yourself more turns, but... Does this do it? I think here we probably double block Scavenging Ooze. Because it's going to be it'll be a 4/4 when it attacks. So the question is, can we play around Temur Battle Rage? We have 4 cards, but I think they're all just random draws off of this Season of Growth. We can also crack this Grove and then potentially draw another Lord, which would be sick. Any 2-drop actually would be great. But I think that it looks like we might get there. Okay. So this is definitely going to eat Lord of Atlantis and that, so it can be 5. So let's see, because it's 5, does it matter here? I think it does. Because if it's 5, then they can kill off Lord of Atlantis. Or how is this going to work here? So that's 5. I think that this is fine, right? If they have Battle Rage. We're just trying not to die to that, because I think that's the only thing that like kills us right now. Yep. Otherwise they can kill off like one of the creatures if they don't have it, which I'm okay with too. It looks like they have it, so I feel smart. So I don't think that's going to be enough to kill me, will it? I think I'm still blocking enough to not die. However, the ooze is still a problem. Alright, a Trickster will win here. Oko is also pretty good too. Oko actually wins. Brazen Borrower wins. Well, definitely not that one. Guess this? Oh, fuck. Okay, I guess that's fine. So we're just gonna attack and hope that they don't have anything else. Yep. Okay, let's again, if they have another battle rage, then we die. But I think otherwise we can win this. Maybe. You cannot lightning bolt me. I still have a chalice in one. You could have bolted this to draw a card. But I think here, now you're running out of options. Because it's probably Battle Rage or Bust now. You can't play any of the Swift Spears because of this, so... Yep. No, I feel you. We make mistakes sometimes. Yeah, I guess he realized that, so... Alright. What else do you got? Yeah, you may as well do it. I don't know what you can do with 1 mana, though, because... Okay, you, again, can draw cards, but it doesn't do anything, because I'm just going to block it. He conceded. Alright, well, good games, opponent. That really was close, but Chalice on 1 seems like it did the job. Wow, that was scary. So, you know what? Maybe we should not have boarded out Chalice. It seemed like Chalice did some amazing work there. So, I don't know. I'd have to think about that. Now, I've never seen that deck before, so it could have... Yeah, maybe boarding out Chalice was not a good plan, but fortunately we drew it and got there, so... Alright, well, we're on the play, so far a good start to this league. This is fine, too. Excuse me for 1 second. Sorry, yeah, not want that notification sound. Yeah, this hand's actually pretty great. Go turn 1 Speaker, and then turn 2 Trickster, and then maybe turn 3 Master. Mold again to 5. Okay, so that just means this is either going to go very well or very poorly for us. Blood Crypt. Okay, so this is Dredge. Okay, so I mean, I probably want to play Master then, right? Yeah, we just want to jam Lords in this case, especially because we just drew another one. We'll keep the Trickster in case they, like, put a creature in play. Because, again, if they don't put any creatures in play that can, like... Alright, well, that's not good for them. They didn't even do this on their upkeep, so that's surprising. But it looks like we might just win this one pretty easily. Because they're not doing anything. Bloodghast is not going to stop this. Alright. I don't know why you didn't activate this last turn. Did you just accidentally pass through the turn? That seems like that was not a good plan. Well, on the plus side, we have 2 cages and 2 relics to bring in, so... Sorry. Seize is fine. These cards are fine. Borrower is okay, but not particularly great. I like Force of Negation. I guess Silvergill Adept is also fine. I think we do want the Deprives because if we can just counter Conflagrate or something like that, that's going to be good. Gee. Actually, you know what? Oko's probably not necessary here. Because Borrower can at least bounce like a Prized Amalgam or something. Oko doesn't really do that much. Sorry. Yeah, no, my face just itches a lot. Yeah, I don't know. I think this might be correct. Is there any reality in which we want, like, Chalice of the Void against this deck? I don't think so. Yeah, most of their stuff is, like, 2 mana that's important. If we get to 4 mana before they do, that's probably... What's better? Oh, is Oko better than Chalice? That's a good question. I don't know. You know what? I'm going to bring in 1 Chalice. I think Oko is something we want against fair decks, and I don't think this is a fair deck, so... Chalice represents a way we could unfairly win the game, so I'm willing to try that. This hand is okay. We can play Mutavault and then Aether Vial, and then turn 2 we could... we might cast Silvergill Adept, or we could play... we could attack with Mutavault, put in Cometa Speaker. Doesn't really disrupt them, though. They've mulliganed once. I don't really want to be bouncing stuff with this either. We don't have, like, Lords or any kind of, like, way to disrupt them. I think I'm going to mulligan, because if they're mulliganing, then we can afford to as well. I think this is fine. You can just put a Spreading Seas in the bottom. This is probably better. Or you know what? Maybe we put, like, Aether Vial in the bottom? No, that doesn't make sense. I'm just trying to think, if we keep 2 Spreading Seas and they don't find, like, more lands, then that could actually just lock them out of the game. It's also possible maybe Mistbinder goes in the bottom. We just try to seize them out. Alright, I'm going to do that. Let's just play for a game plan that can theoretically beat them. Because if they're on 5 cards, it means they're not going to have very many lands in their hand. And if we can get Seize out aggressively, then that's definitely a sign that... Alright, well, let's get a basic island. If we can just, Spreading Seas them out of the game, then that's a way that we can win that they can't come back from, because they'll have to start ripping cards off the top of their deck. He might get to Dredge if he has, like... that's fine. We can deal with that. Prized Amalgam. Okay, that's fine. I'm definitely going to be seizing that land. Alright, we'll play Breeding Pool. We will shock ourselves. I think against unfair decks, you just want to do something that's equally unfair. Like, next turn we can play Relic and Seize if we want. Ooh, you know what? We might have to play Relic and crack it. I got Shenanigans back. They might use it on this Aether Vial. Oh, but this is really good to crack the Relic on. If they blow up Aether Vial, I'm definitely doing that. Okay, well... This really makes me inclined to play Relic. I think I just crack it now. Hold on, cancel. I want to get a basic island to do this with, because if I draw a Cometa Speaker, I want to play that. Chalice of the Void. You know what? We might actually get that on 2. And I think for the same reason, I'm going to play Silvergill Adept now, because if I draw a Cometa Speaker, I want to play it. Alright, that's fine. Alright, so they have more dredging online. That's not bad. But if I play Chalice on 2, then they actually can't... They can't use their shenanigans anymore. So I guess if we draw a land, we might consider that. We don't have Vile in play. Ugh. Yeah, that's a problem, though. I could seize both of these things, though. Well, let's at least seize this one. Alright. That's pretty good. So they can't really cast spells at this point. And we have a Force of Negation for the Conflagrate if they ever decide to go for that somehow. Hardcast Stinkweed Imp is a good sign because we can just jam Lords now. We can race this. That's also pretty good, but I think here attacking for 6, right? Because this turn, if we're definitely doing this, so right, there's no way that we don't do this. We play Lord of Atlantis, attack for 6, they go to 12. Then we can play another Lord the next turn, so it'll be 4, 4, and 4. Yeah, that works. We just have to not die this turn. And I think with Force of Negation we're not going to. Oh no, it's not. Oh shit, you know what? It's not 4, 4, and 4. It's only... Alright, you know what? Never mind. The math might change a little bit. I think we're still okay, but it's actually a little bit closer now. Because, yeah, they could have theoretically hit something. Well, I still think we have to put our fastest clock on them, and this is the best we can do, so... We're definitely still just playing like Master of the Pearl Trident and attacking them for 11. And now if they play a fetch land with the intent of like Conflagrate, now they're definitely dead. So yeah, it doesn't kill them next turn yet, but it's still pretty close, and I think this is just what we have to do. Yep. Yep. We might actually just hold up Merfolk Trickster this turn, though. Because there's not, like, I don't think it matters. Like, the only thing we can do is turn off a fetch land, but it doesn't really, it's not a problem if they play a fetch. Because we still have Force. If they fetch, though, then they definitely die. That's just all there is to it. But I'm sure that it might, if they have a fetch land, like, no, did they, oh, another, okay, never mind. They dredged, right? So then, you know what, I don't know why I'm thinking that they have another land in hand. Yeah, so that's not going to do it. So here, I think here we just attack for 6, Island Walk, and then we kill them next turn. The only thing I think that can kill us is Creeping Chill. No, Creeping Chill by itself is not even good enough here. Because we're attacking for 6. We still have Merfolk Trickster and Lord of Atlantis as blockers. So we can just tap down Bloodghast and then block a Bloodghast with the Trickster. Yeah, and that's fine. Then they're only dealing 2, so we go to 5, which means a single Creeping Chill doesn't kill us. They can't. They have Golgari Thug. So if they hit 2 Creeping Chills off of Thug, then we die. But otherwise, I think we're fine. So that's the plan. We're just... It's long odds for them. It's not impossible, but I think that we're fine. And we have a backup Lord in our hand just in case. Alright, come on. Don't find it. That's 1. Okay, that's fine. We can beat one. So we take the two Stinkweed Imps and we go down to 2. I think they're doing the math here. We just block Bloodghast and they're dead, so. Because that's 3, 6, 9. Yeah, they're only at 9 anyway. Nothing I can really do about this, I think. May as well, I guess, see if we click through the blocking. Because we have Force of Negation up right now, so. So I don't know what their plan is, but that's not going to do anything. Yeah, I guess we'll play Master the Pearl Trident. Never did we not have it. Alright. Good games, Dredge opponent. That was close, but we managed to get there. We got really lucky, I think, in game 1, and then game 2, it just kind of, we won the race in that. They had a pretty slow start, so. I think mulliganing on that first hand was definitely the right thing to do, because against Dredge, like, I think that it's correct to try to at least mulligan once for something that slows them down, whether it be a Force of Negation or Deprive or any piece of Graveyard Hate. Even Spreading Seas I think is fine, because especially if they're mulliganing to like 5 cards, they might only have like 1 or 2 lands in their hand, and if you can turn those off, then sometimes that's enough to just get them. So I think that it was definitely a good idea to mulligan to something, and it worked out for us. So alright, well, this is a pretty good start to this league. So I'm happy with this so far. These have been pretty good games. Maybe I'm a little rusty and there's a few things that I might have that might not have been technically correct, but we're still getting through there. The power of Merfolk is carrying us forward. Alright, let's see how match 3 is going to go. It was a good start to a league, though, definitely for sure, but this is where we want to be. Winner's bracket. It feels good after, having our last league start out so terribly, so hopefully that this doesn't go totally sideways on us at the last second. Alright, well, we are on the draw. This hand is okay. I think we're gonna keep it. I'd really rather not have like 5 mana source. One of them is a Mutavault and one is a Waterlogged Grove, so does that change our decision at all? They're playing first. They're keeping 7 cards. I guess. The thing is, these all represent, like, they're almost like 1.5 cards. I guess this is fine. I'm going to keep it. I'm not, like, super thrilled about it. I mean, this hand could be really good, but I don't know. It just looked kind of weird to me. I'll kind of wish this Vial was a second creature. Or a third creature, I guess. Like another Merfolk. Is this Dredge again? This is Amulet Titan. This hand might actually be okay against Amulet Titan. So we have Brazen Borrower. That's definitely not what I wanted to draw. How do we do this? There's, I guess, a chance that I want to attack with Mutavault next turn. This also doesn't tell them what we're on, so pass. It has been a long time since we fought against Amulet Titan. Radiant Fountain. Okay, that's fine. It could be way worse than this. So, was it Azusa next? Oko. Fuck. Of course they would be playing this card. Why would they not? Okay, make a food. That's fine. I'm not really worried about Oko in this match. Okay, well, I think here definitely playing Island. The problem is Oko's gaining them 3 life a turn. It's not blocking, so the question is, do I want to put them to 20 or do I want to put Oko down to 4? Gee, it's extremely unlikely I'm going to have Island Walk at any point in the near future. I'm going to have to invest so much into killing him, though. I mean, it might, if next turn it's likely this is just getting turned into a 3/3 that I can't really do much about. Alright, well, I guess we're going after Oko. It's still within the realm of being, like, feasible to kill. They don't have an amulet in play at least, so that's good news. Yep, that becomes an elk. So we may want to bounce the food. That's surprising. No, we're just taking 3. That's... I really would have thought this would be on defense. Probably going to play this. Go after Oko again. Yeah, I didn't think they were going to block. I could have played a Vial. That's a mistake. I should have definitely done that. Yeah, fuck. Alright, is that the one that makes extra mana? Yeah, it is. Basically, that land taps for 2. Oh, they're making that a 3/3. That's good. Really? Is your plan to just get there with Oko? I don't think that's going to work out. So do I play Grove or Breeding Pool? Breeding Pool just kind of admits that I'm going to take 2 off of this anyway, which I definitely am, so... I don't think there's any way they can flash in a creature, so... So they have to be careful because we actually have a ton of damage in play right now. So that's 8. We actually have 14 damage in play. This looks like maybe Primeval Titan. That's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but I don't think they can go too crazy with it this turn. Well, that's not good for us. It means bouncing Primeval Titan is not going to be a good plan. Alright, how do we win this game here? I don't think we can, well, let's see, if we don't block, then we're going to go to 3. What happens if we draw, like, Merfolk Trickster? Do we have a chance? What about Spreading Seas? Does Spreading Seas give us a chance? It might. I don't think that there's any path to victory in blocking either one of these things. But honestly, I don't know if there's any path to victory here. Because I really don't want to bounce this Primeval Titan because they're going to get more zombies, but I don't know what else I can do here. No. That's not what I wanted. I can attack with both of these, but then I'm just going to die to like this nonsense, so... Alright. So, how do I go about doing this? Alright, I can afford to take one zombie to the face. What about Lord of Atlantis? I don't think I can afford to take one of them, or I don't think I can afford to lose this. So if that's the case, then let's see, one Mutavault can block here. We're gonna have to bounce that one. These two can block these, but then I have to deal with this somehow. I'm trying to think, can I play Waterlogged Grove and like? Because I probably have to play Waterlogged Grove and find a 2-drop so that to block this. But if I find like a Merfolk Mistbinder or a Lord, then I can block this stuff and bounce this, and then theoretically Spreading Seas can get there, I think. I think that's our only line, so we have to sack the Waterlogged Grove for a card right now. That's not the one. I think we're dead. Alright, well, unfortunately that means that one of these is going to have to block one of these. Alright, yeah, because it's going to have to be like block, take this, block, yeah. This is not winning by any means. Let's go to combat and bounce their Titan. Oh, that's not good. You know what? I can't bounce. Alright, we lose. Because I forgot, I can't bounce this and do that, so. Oh well. Yeah, if I bounce the Titan, I'm just dead to their board anyway. It doesn't matter. And if I let the Titan attack, like, it's just going to get worse. No, I don't feel like I have a particularly good game against Primeval Titan decks. I don't know if Force of Negation is really what I want. That sucks. I don't know if Dismember is really what I want either. Deprive seems okay because I can counter the Titan, but like Seize is also just really, really bad against this deck. You are never going to stick a Spreading Seas. It's just because they can just threaten to bounce it with a bounce land, so the Seize is not a viable plan. We have to cut one more card. Maybe a Force. You know what? We probably do need it, though, for stuff like Engineered Explosives. Chalice we're going to set on 0 to turn off Summoner's Pacts and Pact of Negations. Yeah, we need to keep Brazen Borrowers and probably Okos. This is tough. I'm going to cut one Silvergill Adept just because it's a little bit weaker against Walking Ballista. You know what? We need Collector Oath. Never mind. Yeah, so you know what? I'm going to take out the other Adepts. Because this turns off Engineered Explosives and Walking Ballista, which are two of the important things that they might transmute for with the Teleria West. Almost forgot about this guy. I'd love to be on the play. This is sort of... Alright, you know what? This is a very high-risk hand, so... We're just hoping that, you know, they mulligan into a hand that's very reliant on Amulet, and we can force Amulet. And then hopefully draw like another island, and then just put a bunch of Lords in play to kill them with beefy power. If not, like, we have like a turn or two before it's too late to draw the island. Before it's too late to draw the island, so this is a very risky keep, but I'm willing to do it just because I think that it's not a good situation for us to mulligan here. And this deck is very dangerous, and you have to kill it quickly. It has inevitability, so I don't want to give them more time. Yeah, and I think this is fine because if we can if we can get a land at some point in the next like 2 turns, we'll probably be okay. Primeval Titan. I'm 100% countering this. I guess I'm gonna counter it with they have a prime time in their hand, so we probably want to exile a Lord of Atlantis. Because I need to keep this in case they find a way to get Primeval Titan in play. Alright, well, pass. Again, if we draw another land next turn, it's not too late, but we really need it by next turn. Yeah, Ancient Stirrings, that's fine. They found Gemstone Mine. Yeah, they have a bunch of lands, so you have another Amulet. Engineered Explosives on 1. Alright, so we are super dependent on drawing this land now. Alright, that's great. If they crack EE, I'm just going to Violin a Lord anyway, so I'll wait till their turn to do it. This is fine. If that's what their turn 2 play was, that's not bad. Okay. This is not terrible, because we can race this. So now even if they put in a creature to block, then we can still just Trickster it down and kill them. So we have lethal on board, and they have to, you know, deal with all of these. We're just hoping they don't have a second explosives. But yeah, all right, we got there in game 2. That was an extremely risky keep for us, but you know what? It worked out exactly like I said. Like, if we draw the land, I think we have a good chance to win, and if we don't draw the lands, we probably don't. So it did work out that time, so that's good. And yeah, we saw Force of Negation on Amulet slowed this deck down a lot. I think that was very good. And I don't think this is a match where you have a lot of time to play Silvergill Adept. It gets brick walled by like their like Secura Tribe Scouts and, you know, what's their name? The legendary one. Damn it, I can't. Azusa, that's the one. Yeah, like it can't effectively attack into Azusa a lot of times. Ballista is really easy to pick it off, so I don't think that Silvergill is what I want here, but I think the rest of these cards are pretty decent, so just put a bunch of power on the board and hope that it's good enough. You could make an argument to bring in Dismember, but I'm leaning on the counter spells. I think we're going to keep this hand, and again, we're going to just... Same plan, we're just going to try to aggro them out. They mulled to 6, so that means our chances of the aggro plan working are a lot higher. Probably lead on Botanical Sanctum, play Kamena Speaker, and then turn 2 just play like Merfolk Mistbinder. Breeding Pool. Okay. Yep, Tribe Scout. I'm not worried about that card. You know what? If it attacks, I'm also fine with that too. I'm 100% playing Island next turn along with this Mistbinder. Breeding Pool is also an island for our island walk, so I'm not going to show them Lord of Atlantis yet. It's going to be a huge liability for them to play Breeding Pool. Now, we got to be careful because they can psych us out with it a little bit. Yeah, if they put Breeding Pool in play, they do have the option to bounce it. Oh, that's actually very strong. So here's the question. I think I might actually want to play Collector Oath, because then next turn it stops them from playing like Engineered Explosives on 2 and cracking it. Or like Walking Ballista, right? Because they can violin a land here, and then, or I'm sorry, well, I mean, this is like Aether Vial for lands. Yeah, they have 4 mana available for next turn, so maybe Oath. We could wait one more turn. Then if they play Ballista on 2, then it takes, or if they play E on 2, then they're only going to get to use it for one thing, which that might be fine. I think by next turn we have to do this, though. Alright, pass. Yep, probably, yep, Breeding Pool. I think to be safe, we probably are going to play this. Unless, I don't know, it's hard to say, because if we don't, then there's a possibility they might get up to like 6 mana, and then just play like a Ballista on 3. Oko. Okay, well then it's not going to work very well. Oh, but you know what? No, they're going to bounce the Breeding Pool. Alright, never mind. I was going to say, they gave us Island Walk, but they took it away. But we have to kill Oko now, and we can't effectively do that with the Oath at the moment. Oko's dead. We're going to Trickster this thing down and attack Oko. Yep, put your land in play. No. You know what? That was actually a mistake. That was a huge blunder that actually might cost us the game. Fuck. Because I could have paid 2 life for this next turn. I cannot pay 2 life for this next turn. Whereas now, if he has a land, he can play like Primeval Titan, and we might... Fuck. Alright, well... Yeah, it looks like Titan's coming out. Because now we can only play 1 Lord and not 2. Is that going to matter? I don't know. It might matter, actually. They only have 2 cards. Okay, well, we don't get punished for this at least. So here is the question. Do they have another one of these bounce lands in their hand as their last 2 cards? Their Ghost Quarter is tapped, so they can't blow up the Breeding Pool, so... In the face of Titan, I don't think we can afford to wait around. I think we just kind of have to go for it. So, that means we can attack him for 8 damage with Island Walk, try not to die to the Titan next turn, and then hopefully kill him. Oh, that's gonna be tough, though. Like, I don't know, maybe we just... There's a lot of ways this can go sideways, for sure. I think we have to just do this, though. Okay, well, they're not declaring any blocks right now, so that's good. So they go to 9. Alright. Yeah, they have to pay 4 mana this turn, so they can't go too crazy. However, they can probably get at least, like, 2 tokens out of Field of the Dead. I don't know, we might have this, though. There's a chance. It's definitely far from over. They have to keep the Ghost Quarter untapped to blow up the breeding pool, or they just... Never mind, we're dead. That's just gonna kill us. Yeah, because we didn't play the Oath. I didn't count on them just naturally having it. Alright, well, we're fucked, so, nope. We're done. Kills our, like, entire board, so we lose. Yeah, I don't know, maybe we were supposed to play Collector Oath instead of the Merfolk Mistbinder. I don't know if that would have helped very much, though. Oh, you know what? It might have, actually, because then we could draw Oko and then just, like... Yeah, okay, well, we got punished for this. I think if we played Oath instead of this... As long as we didn't die to this turn, we could play Oko and Elk it, and then I think maybe we had a chance, but fuck. Alright, well, that's unfortunate. I think I screwed that up. That was definitely a blunder on my part. I was not counting on, you know, engineered explosives off the top, and that sucks. Because we had the answer to it, and I just didn't play it. I got greedy and went for damage, and I totally forgot about that. I deserve to lose. Alright, on the draw. This is a little bit greedy. They're keeping 7 cards in here. Oh, God, I hate when they do. When we're on the draw and we have to mulligan, especially if it ends up being like a Thoughtseize deck, it sucks, but I don't think we can keep this. This is better. We can keep this. I'm going to put Waterlogged Grove on the bottom. I don't want to take a bunch of damage off of this. Alright, where are we at here? Cavern of Souls. This is humans. Yep. So we have 2 options. I can either try to go for Spreading Seas in their land or play one of these. I think I'm better off forcing the Vial. This slows them down more. Thalia? Thalia's a 10. That's actually fine. It's just a 1/1. Alright, well, I think here we're going to play Lord of Atlantis. Do we play Lord or this for... I guess Lord? What if they have Deputy of Detention? Does it matter? Not particularly. Like, we're not going to have Island Walk anyway, and if I have to use this Force, I would rather pitch the Mistbinder right now, but I really don't want to be using Force anyway. Well, they have a bunch of lands anyway, so countering Aether Vial sucked. Reflector Mage. That's terrible. Yep, you get in for 2. This is not a good start for us. That's fine. The player Other Lord this turn. Pass. So we can attack for 7. That's not bad. No, no. Is it another one? You just have back-to-back Reflector Mages. Fuck you. I mean, yay! Good for you, opponent. We are definitely getting tempoed out here. We are on the draw with a mulligan, and their hand just looks super strong. Okay, well, we can play this one this turn. Pass. At least the Reflector Mage can't attack now. I guess if Thalia's Lieutenant attacks, then I will just trade a Mutavault with it. No, Mantis Rider, never mind. How do you just have, like, all of this? This is ridiculous. We're not beating this. This is too much. So let's see, we're taking 7, 8, 9. That's not great. That's not great. So we have to block both of these next turn. That's probably going to help, actually. Because, oh, you know what? I could have done both of those things, so... You know what? That's fine. We have the option of blocking with Immunivault and also using Brazen Borrower on this. I can't play the Mistbinder this turn. What's going to have to happen is Lord's going to have to block here. Or I could say Immunivault. No, you know what? I keep thinking maybe I should have taken... No, I already did that, so... Maybe I should have taken 2 damage here off of this, because then... No, I don't know if that works, because I'm trying to think if there's any way I can, like, do all 3 of these things, and I don't know if that's fine. I don't want to have to throw away Lord to this, but I probably will. So maybe we have to draw another land. And they have to not have another one of these. There's still a lot of things. Like, if they have another Reflector Mage or Phantasmal Image, then, like, we probably just lose. Yeah, that's fine. Well, I mean, no, it's actually not fine, but it's gonna happen, so... Kite Sail Freebooter can look at my hand, but it can't actually do anything. It just takes a Force of Negation. So let's see here. Animate Mutavault. Like, I have to probably bounce this, right? I don't think I have another choice. That has to get bounced, and I have to block this stupid Thalia's Lieutenant. But Mutavault's gonna die. Alright, well, that's just how it has to be. Yeah, I was willing to trade these two with that, but like at this point now we're just getting crushed underneath this. That does not actually help us. We are dead because they just play and it doesn't matter. They attack with everything and we're fucked, so. No, they just have it, so. Alright, well we need Dismember. Force of Negation has to come out. Spreading Sea stays in, and I guess Collector Oath is better than, you know, Force of Negation. Oko, I think, is fine. Yeah, we just do it like this. Okay. Well, that was rough. I don't think that, yeah, there was not much we could do about that. They just kind of beat us down when we were on the draw and feeling vulnerable. This hand sucks. There's like no way that this is going to beat humans. Absolutely not. This is not much better, but I guess I have to keep this and throw away an Aether Vial. This is still pretty poor. I think it's probably better than the last hand, but not by a whole lot. Which means that this match is definitely falling away pretty fast, so that sucks. Humans is a very tough match. Like if you get like 1 or 2 bad hands in the match, like there's a very good chance that you just lose. So it can go sideways on you so fast. They have very aggressive starts, and yeah, it's just this is not the kind of hand that we need to slow them down. Yeah, let's pass. Hopefully whatever they do here, we can just dismember. Okay. Thalia. Thalia's fine. I think I'm going to kill Thalia now, though, because it's going to be a bitch to deal with in combat. I will not tick up Aether Vial just yet, so we don't have a 2-drop. Oh, that's good. We can actually play Oko now. There's no need to do that yet, but let's get our breeding pool. Let's get Oko out before they can do anything about it. We'll make a food token, I think. Yeah, we'll make a food. See, is Oko enough to turn this around? With 2 Hierarchs, it's going to be tough, but I think we have to. Yeah, that's going to be brutal. Okay, hope they're going after me, right? Yep. Makes sense. Nope. Yes, tick up. Not particularly good. However, we could play it and turn it into an elk, but I think we probably need to elk this thing. So it's going to be a 5/5. It's still gonna have flying, but I guess what's gonna happen, yeah, we're gonna attack for 5 whether we like it or not. We can only crack 1 food. So I think what I want to do is I want to be able to have Mutavault up so that I can block with it maybe and also sacrifice a food to gain life. What if they just attack us for again? We take 5, go to 3, but then we go up to 6 from the food. Where does that get us? What if they play like, I don't know, I think next turn we might turn this Aether Vial into an elk. Or we might have to turn this in. So what happened? Do we turn this into an elk now and just start chunk blocking it? That is definitely an option. What if we elk a Noble Hierarch? So this would attack for 4 with flying, and this would attack for 3, so we could it could trade with one of these things, we'd take 4. It doesn't seem like that's necessarily the worst. Elking this takes, yeah, it does take 1 power off of this. And we're at a point where we could theoretically deal with this too. I just don't want to... If I elk the rider, it's still going to attack for 5. Which means we'd have to block with 3 things, and they'd have to not remove anything. So we'd be left with like a Mutavault, and they'd still have whatever thing they're going to play in their turn. I mean, maybe that's just what we have to do. That also lets us potentially crack this food. This is tough. It's definitely getting hard. So if I turn this into a 3/3, could take 3 from this and then double block this if it attacks. Or this could just, or yeah, no, yeah, it would be taking 3 and then we, okay. It's gonna be rough though if they play like Thalia's Lieutenant. All right. Oh, that's also an option. You know what? I can play Aether Vial and exchange control of it with this Mantis Rider. That actually seems like the best plan. All right, I like that idea. Okay. Yeah, I will give you an Aether Vial for this, because you already have a ton of mana. And it has haste. I could just attack with these. Like, these will be a 2/3 if it attacks here. I still have their Mantis Rider to block with, so I think that's fine. Alright, so we found the line. We found the thing that I think is going to work the most. Jesus Christ, this card is complicated. Yeah, I think this is definitely the best option by far, because now we actually have a clock and they don't. Alright, so they're going to Reflector Mage the Mantis Rider, huh? That makes sense. Okay. And here we can just trade the Mutavault with... Well, we're not trading it. We can just chump block with the Mutavault if they attack. They're attacking me? Okay. I will take 2. Sure. I'm not threatened by that at all. Okay. It does mean that I'm getting attacked in the air, though, next turn, so... Now I have to make some serious choices. Do I turn this into an elk, or do I gain some life with it? I think this is where I might want to start gaining life. Because, yeah, their Mantis Rider is going to be attacking me for a lot of damage in the air. Here, I can actually elk my own Vial. If I elk this one, it can actually attack. But we're going to get hoofed in the face pretty hard. Well, it might just be what I have to, like, endure, so... We just drew a 3/3 for 1. An attack doesn't make sense in the face of Reflector Mage because we don't have a Lord, so... We have 3 cards in hand. One of them is the Mantis Rider. This might still not be enough, but at least we're making a game out of this. We're going to take 5. We can endure 2 hits from this thing. But I think we might just have to elk it next turn. Still going after me. I have to take it. If they had Phantasmal Image, I imagine they probably would have played it. Oh, that's not good. Now they're going to image Meddling Mage. Okay, so Spreading Seas, I take it. That's usually what they name. Spreading Seas seems like the card that you should choose here, but I have a hard time imagining what else you would pick. Maybe I can't cast Dismember. Like, it would not. I don't know. Maybe Dismember would actually be fine because I could make a food and then gain 3 life and then Dismember the Mantis Rider. Brazen Bar. Okay. Well, Spreading Seas is not irrelevant, so I can't hit the Horizon Canopy because I can just crack it in response. So this is a pretty all-in plan right now. Alright, well, we have to do this. We'll hit the Ancient Ziggurat. The question is, do I tap the Mutavault for this? Yeah, I think I want to. Alright, well, this doesn't help us right now. So here we have no choice but to turn this into an elk, so it doesn't have flying. So probably Kamena Speaker is going to have to chump block this thing. They have to be careful though, because we're also getting close to the point where we can just like play a lord and then, you know, violin another lord and then they die. They don't know that we have Seas in hand, so. But we're also very vulnerable to them just getting another Mantis Rider. If they're playing lands, that's a good sign because that means they probably just drew it. But if they have like Thalia's Lieutenant, that's also bad for us. Really? This does not seem like a good attack. I mean, if you have Thalia's Lieutenant, I'm fucked anyway, so there's not really any point in holding back on this. Right? Yeah, I don't want to cast Brazen Borrower, like... So here, I just trade off... I take 2 here? Yeah, if you have Thalia's Lieutenant, I'm just dead anyway, so... This is, like, meaningless. I either die or I am, you know, not dead, so... Plague Engineer. Okay, that's that's terrible. That's actually worse. Alright, we're done. That's more than I needed to see. Yeah, we're not beating that. Okay, well, I don't think that we could have won the humans match. I think that, you know, the Amulet Titan match is one we could have won, but definitely not that humans match. That just was fucking terrible. We had a terrible hand in game 1, and then game 2, we sort of made it a game, but at the same time, like, it really kind of wasn't. They just ended up drawing really well again anyway, so... Yeah, we're drawing, like, Spreading Seas and Aether Vials, and they're drawing, you know, the heavy, like, Haymaker cards in their deck, so... Yeah, it is what it is. Like, humans is a very tough match. Like, sometimes you sneak by in Spreading Seas and you get there, and then sometimes that just happens. You just get, like, overwhelmingly steamrolled by their tribal. Rarely is it, like, going to be super close. It's usually, like, one person's going to dominate. Alright, well, we're on the play. Let's see if we can at least turn this positive. I would like to get some points back. This is actually a pretty good hand. We'll keep... This is good against a lot of decks, so... They kept 7 cards. Let's see, what are they up? What are we up against? Tron. Alright, that's actually good. Every time. But you know what? It doesn't matter. Actually, I think here I would rather play Master of the Pearl Trident. Because if I have to pitch a blue card to force, I'd rather it be Mistbinder. Okay, well, that's not going to happen now. This might be Eldrazi Tron, actually. It's more likely Eldrazi Tron would play this in turn 2. Yeah, okay, it is. This is terrible for them. Like, we just play Lords that are dead. Play this one. You know, we have diversity of Lords. We can kill off Ballista and Matter Reshaper. That's fine. Yep, okay, so we trade Matter Reshaper and Ballista for this Master. And 4 life, I guess. Wastes, okay. We have Force of Negation up in case they try to play like Karn. Or I guess like if they play Allus Dust. I don't want to let them do that. That's not good for us. Because they can get like Blast Zone with it. So what do I pitch here? Do I pitch the Force or do I pitch the Master? I think I'm pitching Master. What happens if they just play like Thought-Knot Seer though? Alright, that's fine. We're just going to do it like this and just hope that it's going to work out. Yeah, they're picked. Yeah, of course. Yeah, they take the Lord. That's fine. Well, it's not fine, but you know what? It's what it is. Pass. Hopefully next turn we can draw a land and play Oko and try to like come back. That's not good. Oko can at least turn that into a 3/3. Come on, land or Spreading Seas? Land I think would be preferable. Because we need to like turn that off right now. I can't cast that! Pass. We're getting slaughtered by this. I don't think there's a way to like really play around that. I think we kind of had to make that attack. And they just ended up having exactly, you know... The problem is that you have to counter the Expedition map, or otherwise they just get Blast Zone and they kill off your entire board. Expedition map at that stage in the game is effectively just a Wrath of God that you can't counter if you let it resolve. Yeah, because they get the land and then we don't have anything like Disallow that can stop it. Next turn we can put in, like, we could have a good turn next turn if we put in Silvergill, but we're going to have to take 9 off of this. That's just the only way to go about doing this. We Violin Silvergill, maybe we draw, like, I don't know, another Lord or a Spreading Seas, and that, or we get to draw 2 cards next turn, probably, assuming that nothing happens to this right now. Maybe we draw like a land and a Lord, or that would be okay. I don't know, this is getting tough. But it looks like they're really debating what to do here. Karn, yeah. That's going to make life hard. Because they are threatening to get Mycosynth Lattice or another Walking Ballista, which would be fucking terrible. I guess even if they get Expedition map from outside, like, do they play a map in the sideboard or do they have all 4 in the main deck? I think a map in the sideboard would make sense. Like, fucking what? Sky Sovereign? Excuse me? You want to, like, try that again? Okay, no. When it enters the battlefield or attacks, it deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls. And they can definitely cast it next turn. Fuck. That's terrible. Because it's going to kill off a Lord. So we have to, like, draw one. We can't even... Like, we can't actually use the vials because of Karn. So I guess we're just casting Silvergill Adept. I guess, yeah, we're going to have to just, like, survive long enough to Oko that thing. Maybe we can turn this into a 3/3 and get back some... I don't know. It's going to be hard because this thing is crew 3, so either one of these things can crew this, and it's a lightning bolt every time it either enters the battlefield or attacks. So we're almost kind of forced to have to Oko this first, but I don't know how we survive this turn. They just play Sky Sovereign. They kill off a Lord of Atlantis. So now we have a 2. Ah, fuck. What do you got now? Do you just have like a land to play Mycosynth Lattice? Because if you do, I just concede. If you play Lattice. Fuck. Ah, itchy. Or do you play Darksteel Citadel in their sideboard? That would work. Citadel's a card you could get with this that would help you. Or no, you wouldn't be able to. You have to search for Lattice, and then you have to have a land in hand. So you have 5 cards. Ugh. I fucking hate Eldrazi Tron. Like, this deck is... It's really, really good. Why'd you get Pithing Needle? Alright, they're not going to beat that at this point. And if they're taking Oko, then we can't beat that, so... Alright, that's fine. I don't want to bother to show you what it is, because at that point we're just dead anyway, so... Let's bring in Dismember. Let's bring in Collector Oath, and I think Deprive. What's not good? Silvergill Adept's actually not very good against this deck. Seize is necessary, I think. We brought in Oath, so we have to take out 2 vials. I think Oko's fine. I think Force is okay. Maybe we don't want Deprive, but Deprive also counters Walking Ballista, which is kind of important. You could take out 2 Tricksters. Maybe we take out an Oko, because they have, like, Pithing Needle that they can tutor for. Take out that and, like, 1 Trickster. I don't want to take out too many things, because these also deal with Ensnaring Bridge, what they can find. Alright, we'll just do it like this. This is not good. This puts us... This is terrible. We're on track to lose this. Eldrazi Tron is another deck that's, like, very hard. Like, if they have a good hand, it's very hard to beat them. But if they have a poor hand, then it's actually really easy to beat them. Yes. Oh, fuck. This goes wrong so many ways. No, we're not keeping that. This is like the same hand, but worse. What are you doing to me, deck? Come on. I don't have a choice now. I have to keep it, and I guess I'm putting a Trickster in the bottom. Oh, God. Stupid mulligans. They're just not pleasant. No, yeah, part of the problem is, like, that sometimes they just randomly keep, like, Tron in their hand, and, like, sometimes, yeah, if they have Tron and they don't have to work for it, like, their deck will just steamroll you. But sometimes if they just have, like, you know, a bunch of lands that don't work together, like, you know, Wastes and Eldrazi Temple and, you know, just stuff like Karn the Great Creator, where they can't really cast anything meaningful until turn 4, like, then that's when it's slow and they're vulnerable to just getting run over by creatures. There's also an argument that maybe Spreading Seas is the card that should go on the bottom. I don't know, maybe. I think Seize is kind of important in case they play something like Blast Zone. But, yeah, it's hard. Like, we have 2 creatures that can come into play off Vial. The Seize will also draw us a card, so maybe, yeah, it replaces itself, and maybe it helps get us another creature to go with the Vial. It's dependent on us drawing another land, but honestly, I don't think that we're going to win if we don't draw another land anyway, so I feel okay about putting a Trickster in the bottom, just because it gives us our best chance of things working out correctly. This isn't a card we really want a whole bunch of usually anyway. Well, we started out so good in this league, and then I punted in round 3, and now it's just like round 4 was unwinnable, and just... We thought long and hard about this, so... Yeah, round 4 was just like terrible for us, and now this is definitely not helping the cause. Because we're very vulnerable to just getting, like, you know, Karned out of the game if we can't find a way to deal with it in time. Oh, and see, they started with a Tron land already. Yeah, this is not really helping much. Eldrazi Temple, so Matter Reshaper, I take it. So I probably have to seize the Temple. That puts them further away from stuff like Reality Smasher and Thought-Knot Seer and All Is Dust. I need a land, though, in order to do that. That is not a land. I can trade this Trickster with the Reshaper without giving them extra mana. No, this looks like Thought-Knot Seer is about to happen. Because Thought-Knot Seer is about to happen, like, it's definitely taking a Lord anyway. So we may as well at least Trickster down the Reshaper. Yeah. Like, even if we Vialed a Lord in, it wouldn't matter because they just take the other one regardless, so... I think the best thing to do is just save ourselves 3 life this turn. There's a chance they might take the Spreading Seas, actually. Yeah, he took Spreading Seas. Okay, so maybe he's banking on having, like, uncounterable Eldrazi. But now we can put 2 Lords in play this turn. That's not bad. So let's tick this one up. Okay, and then we're not going to tick this one up. That's actually not bad either, because now we have access to Brazen Borrower. I don't want to do that just yet, but... if he attacks with Thought-Knot Seer, we might just take it on the chin and then just put 2 Lords in and attack through this. We can even bounce it. Oh, no! That's terrible. Alright, let's Petty Theft this while we have the chance. See if we can draw another Seize before something terrible happens. Again, Thought-Knot's going to eat one of these things. This is getting a counter added to it. I guess this is... it's not good. Like, if we don't draw Spreading Seas, this is going to destroy us. I'm just going to put 1 Lord in play so that I can attack with the Trickster. No. No. Not terrible, actually, but... think I just attack with both of these here, because they're gonna die anyway. We can dismember the Thought Knot when it comes back down. All his dust is fucking horrible. Okay, well. So if it's going to take at least 3 mana next turn if he wants to play Thought Knot Seer. And if he does, we can just put 2 Lords in play and dismember it and hopefully get in for a bunch of damage before this happens. That's surprising. He only has 4 mana in right now, so you wanted to do it on 1. That's actually okay. This might work out after all. I guess maybe he thought because the Lord went away that, you know, our board was going to be weaker. So now if he Thought Knot Seers us and takes our Dismember, we just kill Thought Knot Seer. We really need to draw Deprive. Not this turn, though. We need to draw it, like, next turn. Well, that would be great, except it's getting exiled. Get in for 10, and then he's going to spend his turn using all his dust. We actually have a very strong attack afterwards. So maybe we can win this. He goes to 7, and then he's taking 5 damage after that. This might be a race that we can still afford to win, because it takes his entire turn to use all his dust. So he has to play a land and then tap 7. But we also are now threatening to flash in Borrower and animate this and attack for 7. And if he's considering Dismember, that's not helping his cause at all. Spatial Contortion, yeah, okay. So yeah, it only takes 5 this turn. It's still okay, because, again, even if he does it now, like, threatening to flash in the Borrower is helpful. If he doesn't, like... Yeah, I think you just have to do this. You have another Thought Knot Seer, ugh. Alright, let's see. Can I attack through this? If I flash this in, you can block Trickster, take 3, 6, 8. Yeah, but then I'm left without a board. I think, yeah, I don't see a better choice here. Attack with the Merfolk Trickster. You go to 8, then now we're gonna go to 6, and he wipes our board. Yeah, here it comes. Yep, I hate that card so much. Colorless Wrath of God, that's great, especially when they have soul lands to cast it. That's fantastic. Let's see, we can play Kamena Speaker and attack with the Mutavault. We can also threaten to double block this thing. How else can we go about winning this race? He only has 2 cards left in hand, so let's see. What if they're both terrible cards? If we flash in Brazen Borrower, we can go to 2, flash in Borrower, go to 1. Then, yeah, then you can play Kamena Speaker to chump block this thing, attack for 3. It's not a very winning line. Whereas if we attack with Mutavault, he goes to 6. We could take it again. So the problem is that even if... So attacking with the Mutavault this turn would mean he'd go to 6. We could play Speaker and then we could not draw a Lord and attack. Like, there's no line that lets us do that. We can only put him to 2. And I don't know, that these are all hard decisions to make at the moment. The question is, how much am I... I could just... Yeah, I could attack with Meat Vault and hold back Speaker. I could just not attack with anything, but I don't... Is not attacking a plan? Like, I don't know if that works. So if I go to 2, then I'm like, yeah, if I'm casting Brazen Borrower, that means I'm going to 1 life, so I effectively don't have this land anymore. If I play Commander Speaker, that gives me the chance to still draw something like maybe Dismember. Or maybe, like, we could also trade with this. I think I'm not going to attack. Because that also, like, yeah, I don't know. This is rough. Like, I don't think any of these lines are particularly good, but if he has another piece of removal, then that's also very terrible for us, too. So we go to 5 to animate this thing, double block, get to draw a card. We lose a land. But if he has, like, Spatial Contortion, then that means we're in a shit ton of trouble. Because then we have no creatures on board, and then we're... And facing down Thought-Knot Seer. That's not where I want to be. So yeah, I think Dismember or Spatial Contortion both... Like, pretty much anything kills us at this point. And like we're looking for him to have nothing, and then we have to follow it up with stuff like Merfolk Trickster or like another Brazen Borrower. I don't know. This is all bad. I'm taking a ton of damage off this Waterlogged Grove for sure. That's going to be a problem. So I think my best bet is to try to block this thing with both of these, but I don't anticipate that's going to be easy to do. All right. Okay, well, we get a card back at least, so hopefully this helps. No, it does not. That's terrible! We are totally dead to that. So we have to have either another Borrower or a Trickster, or we just die. Okay, well, I guess we're digging for Kamena Speaker. Alright, we dead. No, that's terrible. We can't beat that. Well, this league fell apart at the end. Like, Eldrazi Tron is tough. Both Humans and Eldrazi Tron are matches that are very hard to win a lot of times. Like, I don't want to say that they're, like, terrible matches, because I think there are things that are just, like, worse, but they're definitely not good matches. They're, like, even at best. I think even is probably pretty close to what I'd expect from them. Yeah, and it's just difficult. Yeah, I'm not sure. We started out so good. Titan is also, like, a very close to even at best match. Like, the last 3 just were... I think that we should have won Titan, though. I think if I had played the Collector Oath, I think we had a pretty good chance of actually beating that deck, because I totally forgot that he had to pay for Summoner's Pack, so I was not thinking about that in my calculation, and guess what? It ended up ruining us, and then our next 2 matches, because of that, ended up getting fucked up, too, so... Yeah, not a lot of room to really make mistakes there. And, like, yeah, with the last 2 decks, like, it just comes down to, like, their deck they have better good draws than I think we do. Our draws are generally more consistent, but I think both of those decks have, like, a higher ceiling on them. So, if they get, like, the higher ceiling draws, then they're just going to win every time. It's hard to beat them when they just have everything, so... You know, it's fine. It is what it is. I don't know if how I feel about this. Like, I think this list is okay. Like, obviously it's done well for people, but I haven't found that I need the Merfolk Mistbinder in Legacy, so I've been thinking about whether I really need it in Modern, or maybe this would be better if we had something like Mirror Regery. Because if there's going to be more blocking involved in Modern, then Regery at least can, tap down creatures so there's less blocking involved. That's something I've thought about, and like, Silvergill is fine, I guess, and so is Spreading Seas, but like, I don't know, like, this card is weak to a lot of stuff, like Ballista and Plague Engineer are actually more prevalent in Modern than they are in Legacy, so, but at the same time, like, you kind of just need to have density of cards in this format too. There's a lot of creature attrition, and if you can't continue to put creatures on the board, then you will end up losing. So, and we don't have anything like True Name Nemesis to rely on as a single card to carry you to victory. So the modern deck is a lot more synergy based. So yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe there's a reality in which we just play like 4 Regeries instead of the Silvergills, and then just keep these. I don't know. That's possible. Like, the sideboard cards are fine. I think we keep all these cards. I don't really want to change much. And we didn't run into like the Simic Urza deck, but the Chalice and the Oath are super important. Like, honestly, like, most of these cards are very good against that deck. Dismember is a fine card to have in general. Yeah, I don't know, like, it's tough. I don't know that there's much else that we could have done based on what our opponents had both of those, like, in both of those matches. I think we could have done better in the third one, but yeah, well, I guess we're just gonna have to try again next time. So I don't know how I feel about Modern. Like, I guess it's fine. I don't really feel like a whole lot of love for Modern or Pioneer, to be honest. Like, I think both of those formats are just fine. Pioneer's going to take some time to really develop into like a real format when they stop banning things. And it looks like they're slowing down and banning, so we're getting closer to a point where it's a stable format that you can like properly metagame against, to the extent that you can actually metagame against decks in, Pioneer or on MTGO. But yeah, it's going to be a little while before it settles down. Like, every week, because of the bannings, there's going to be new stuff that is interesting to play against. I guess that's the nicest way I can put it. So, and like, Modern is just, I feel like Modern is in a really weird place because a lot of people are playing Pioneer at the moment, and I don't think Modern's getting the attention that it deserves from a lot of players. So stuff like Mox Opal and Urza probably do not belong in this format, but they're going to get extra time because people's attention is, devoted elsewhere to like Pioneer. So I don't know. I'm hope that Wizards of the Coast is paying attention to that, but we'll see. Like, I'm of the opinion that, Modern is supposed to be a format where, like, if Chrome Mox is going to be banned, then Mox Opal should be banned, because Mox Opal is arguably almost better than that, because it's the decks that are playing it just play it like for free. It's like they're playing fucking 8 Mox Sapphires in those decks. That's ridiculous. It's so close to vintage, like, in this list. It's insane. Like, but that's an argument for another day. I mean, I don't know. My suspicion is that its time is limited, and Modern will probably shake up a little bit then. I think that it also suffers a little bit, again, from 2019 with all of these stupid, like, if you're playing blue-green, you kind of have to play Oko, or if, you have black in your deck, then you probably have to have Plague Engineers in it somewhere. Even if you don't, like, if you're humans and Plague Engineer is the card that's supposed to, like, keep you in check, you're still playing it in your deck, because I guess the best thing to play, again, for them to play is the card that's being played against them. Like, if you're playing blue-white, you're probably priced into playing Teferi. That's just, there's so many of these, like, cards that are just, I don't know, I don't like them in this format. And I think Legacy suffers from that to an extent too, but they're kind of more balanced in Legacy because everything else that you're doing is also more equally balanced in power to it. Whereas, like, those cards in this format are just, like, really good. Like, Karn the Great Creator, oh my god, that card wins the game by itself in Modern a lot. Both in Eldrazi Tron and in regular Tron. So, yeah, it's rough. So, I don't know. But otherwise, I think this deck's fine. Alright, I'm going to stop rambling because I do that a lot. So we'll play more Modern. We'll see when it's going to be. Probably Thursday. It depends. I don't like. I keep saying it always depends upon what time. Well, when it is I have time to do it, and my week's always ridiculous. But I know this is a little bit later than I wanted, but it comes when it comes, and that's just how it's gotta be. You get to a week, I can't promise exactly what days they'll happen, but close to when they're supposed to. All right, everybody, take it easy.